Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in. So, I have a prophetic word to share with you all. It's based off of a dream that I received on the 1st of February, the 1st of this month, and it brought such encouragement to my heart. And I know that it will be an encouragement to you also. And, whoever this word is for, you will know and it will resonate with you. And I still encourage you to bring it before the Spirit of the Lord and, just spend some time in His presence for further encouragement. All right. And so thank you so much for your likes, your shares, your comments, your subscriptions, and just coming along with me on this journey. You are all such a blessing in my life. And so I pray that this word will be a blessing to you also. And so, yeah, let's just jump into the word. And so what I'm going to do, I'm going to share the dream with you and then break it down as we go along. All right. All right. So in the dream, there was a university, and my daughter was accepted into the university. She was quite young in the dream, and she had been given favor and accepted into the university. And I remember her birth date. It was very emphasized in the dream as being significant, and it was December 31st. Also in the dream, the room that my daughter and her roommate would be sharing, it had a double bath tub in that room, and it was the biggest room in the university residence, and it wasn't being rented by the regular university faculty or residency administration. That room in particular was being rented separately. So I had to go and meet the person in charge of renting that specific room, and we met off site at a cafe. And it so happened that when we met up, I realized that I knew that person. And after we talked, and he said yes, that we could have the place. And although it was the biggest room in the residency, it cost less than the smaller rooms. And my daughter and her roommate was each going to be paying, half of the rent. And each half was very pronounced and seemed very significant in the dream, that it was 174 each person's share, right? And so I thanked him and then I left. But soon after, I realized that I had forgotten my wallet. So I called him on the cell phone, and I could see him down the street, and he was waving at me and said, yes, he's got it and it's fine and safe and he'll take care of it for me. And as I was walking back from the university, I dropped my ATM card. And I remember bending down to pick up the ATM card. And the people behind me said, yeah, you don't want to lose that. And when I got back to the university, my daughter was outside and she was playing and jumping and just being silly in front of everybody and having fun. And anyways, we went back inside the university. And as we were walking up a set of stairs, there were a bunch of kids and their parents sitting on the benches in the halls, and they were looking at us. And they seemed to be waiting to take a tour of the university, but they weren't accepted to attend the university at that time, as they seemed to be looking at us, and we could overhear them saying, basically, how comes she was accepted into the university, and they were referring to my daughter, and they were saying like she's the same age as us, right? And at any rate, we continued and we passed by them, and we proceeded to the room. And as we got to the room, I saw an old girlfriend of mine, and she was in there with someone, but they had their back turned to me. And so as she and I greeted, she turned and she said, Carla, remember John? And he turned around. And in the dream, John was her ex-husband. And she informed me that they had reconciled. And I remember I was jumping for joy. I was so excited for them. And then the dream ended. All right, so I'm going to break it down for you what the Spirit of the Lord shared with me. And what the Spirit of the Lord is saying, that many of you are in a place of anxiety. You're very anxious right now, and you're going through that slight depression. You're in this place of like sadness, where you feel like that like perhaps that you're not going to be able to catch up to those around you, your peers. You feel like you lost time, and that things are not going to be working out for you, right? But what the Lord is saying is that this year, he's going to do a new thing, and that you have found favor with him. He's going to do something new and something supernatural for you this year, and by the end of this year. And the number 12 was repeated and solidified 3 times in the dream. And if you add the numbers 1, 7, and 4, you get the number 12, right? Signifying the 12 months in this year. And my daughter's roommate was also going to be paying the 174, right? And my daughter's birth date being December 31st. Again, that is the 12th month. And it's significant that the 31st day was emphasized. And so what I believe the Spirit of the Lord is saying, by this year, by the end of this year, the 31st of December, God is going to be coming through for you. And God is going to restore for you all that you have lost, especially in the area of finances. And the man in the dream that was like a realtor or an agent, he had an authority figure, right? Or he was an authority figure that could make things happen, right? And he represents God. And he had my wallet, and it was in good hands. And guys, this is what the Spirit of the Lord is saying to you all. He's saying that God has got this, right? Jehovah Jireh, he's waving at you, and he's saying that he is giving you assurance that he's got this, but you need to trust him and come in agreement with him, right? And like the ATM card, what that symbolizes is that you've got access to favor and power that you need to be utilizing. Don't lose sight of that, right? Like the people saying, right? You don't want to lose that. God is for you. You need to call upon God. You need to be praying, and you need to exercise your authority. Decree a thing and it shall be established. And know that God's got this. And we talked about that in last week's video. If you haven't seen that, go ahead and check that out. And my daughter playing and having fun outside for all to see, that's saying that you will experience great joy. Everyone will witness your joy and your success. And us climbing up the stairs it symbolizes that God is taking you higher. You will have great success and abundance, and you're going to have exceeding joy. And people all around you are going to be looking at you and saying, why is this happening to you? And what makes you more special than them? Like they were saying about my daughter, her being young, and they were young also, but yet she got into the university and others didn't. And it's simply just God's favor is going to show up for you. It is your turn. Supernatural breakthrough and favor and restoration are in your future. You're in current times, like within the next 12 months of this year, the 12 months that this year holds, right? And the couple getting back together, that is restoration. All that the enemy has stolen will be restored unto you. So friends, get excited, right? And the change that's coming your way is going to be a double portion. It's going to be bigger than expected and a double blessing. And that's symbolized by the biggest room and it having the 2 baths, right? And like the bath symbolizes things that you're getting rid of, the hurt, the pain, the things that you're washing off of you, right? And you're going to have double for your troubles. And instead of your shame, you will receive a double portion. And instead of disgrace, you will rejoice in your inheritance. And so you will inherit a double portion in your land, and everlasting joy will be yours. And that's Isaiah 61, verse 7. And it's going to free up others around you. They will be able to be carefree and have some fun, right? So start feeding and nurturing what's coming. And that's through your faith and, in trusting God. Because I've been hearing the word joy repeatedly. Yesterday, I was on the phone with a customer service representative. Her name was Joy. And my mom sent me a picture of a family friend, and her name was Joy. I open up my scriptures, the word joy is popping out. I turn on YouTube and I see joy, joy, joy. And so joy, God is bringing a lot of joy, much joy. And you are going to have an abundance of joy. He has seen your tears. He has felt your pain. And he says that those who sow in tears shall reap with shouts of joy. And that's Psalms 126, verse 5. And weeping may endure for a night, but joy comes in the morning. It's all going to be worth the pain and worth the wait. God has promised that those that wait upon the Lord, they shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings as eagles, and they shall run and not be weary, and they shall walk and not faint, right? And the scriptures state that I know the thoughts that I have for you, thoughts of good and not of evil, thoughts to bless you and to give you an expected end. Remember to join in agreement with God by decreeing and declaring and having faith over your baby. Psalms 91 verse 14 says, because he has set his love upon me, therefore I will deliver him. I will set him on high because he has known my name. And that's where the favor is coming from, because you have set your sights on God. You have loved the Lord with all your heart, right? And so God is going to set you on high as a result of this. And I know that it's been a long wait, right? But God is going to make up for lost time. And I know it's been heavy. The weight, WEIGHT, has been heavy. The load has been heavy. And the labor has been so intense. But that's only because of the enormity of what you're carrying, right? And about to give birth to. And just like a mother, after she's delivered and she's given birth, you're not going to remember the pain. You're not going to remember the hurt. You're not going to remember the length of time that you had to wait on the baby, on the promises and the blessings of God, right? All those memories are going to fade away very quickly. The joy of your baby will cause you to forget the pain. The blessings are coming your way and will make you rich, and it will add no sorrow. And so guys, get excited. It will be worth the wait, worth the pain. The joy that's coming your way will be exceedingly abundantly above and beyond all that you can ever hope, ask, or imagine. And that's the word from the Spirit of the Lord. I pray it's been an encouragement to you all. I love you all so very much, and God loves you even more. And so remember, as always, to keep your sights on the things that are eternal, for it's in the eternal things that we can move beyond the walls.